8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The head of state invites local entrepreneurs to join to build the country. The PUCSL says that scheduled power cuts will be imposed tomorrow. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health reports that 22,977 COVID booster shots were administered yesterday. The Director General of Health Services says the final decision on going away with the face mask will be made based on the recommendation of the World Health Organization. Sri Lanka surpasses 16,000 COVID-19 deaths. A major operation is underway to remove the wreck of Express Pearl. The CAA announces that tourists visiting Sri Lanka are required to obtain Sri Lankan COVID insurance coverage. In foreign news, rallies held around the world against possible Russian invasion. In sports news, cricket, T20 World Cup qualifier Ireland, one win away from World Cup spot after beating Germany. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has requested local entrepreneurs to join to build the country by uplifting local industries. The President mentioned this during a meeting with large-scale entrepreneurs at the Presidential Secretariat today. The President pointed out that large-scale investors will get the opportunity to invest in renewable energy, green agriculture, technology parks and in greenhouses to earn foreign exchange. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka says that scheduled power cuts will be imposed tomorrow as requested by the Ceylon Electricity Board. The CEB has requested for manual load shedding tomorrow due to the non-availability of fuel for several power plants, with a power generation capacity of 541 megawatts in total. PUCSL Chairman Janaka Ratnayaka says that a 2-hour power cut will be imposed between 4:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. for the areas mentioned under the groups A, B and C in the manual load shedding schedule issued for today. Meanwhile, a 3-hour power cut will be imposed in the areas mentioned under the other groups. The number of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country has risen to 638,043. The Department of Government Information said 1,206 persons tested positive for the virus today. 10,001 individuals recovered from COVID-19 and were discharged, raising total recoveries in Sri Lanka to 607,119. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health said 14,900 persons are currently receiving treatment for the coronavirus at several facilities. Separately, the Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health reported that 22,977 people have received the Pfizer booster dose on Sunday. In total, 6,489,303 people have been administered the booster dose since October 2021. Director General of Health Services Dr. Asela Gunawardena said the directive to stop wearing the face mask would be considered as a final decision regarding the easing of existing COVID-19 restrictions. He said before removing the mask, people should get the booster jab. The target group is 14.1 million Sri Lankans. Furthermore, he stated that giving the booster dose to 14.1 million people would confirm that people have some form of immunity against COVID-19. However, he said the final decision on doing away with the mask will be made based on the recommendation of the World Health Organization, measures adopted overseas, and the scientific evidence. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. We continue with local news. A major operation is underway to remove the wreck of the Express Pearl ship from the Sri Lankan waters. Justice Minister Ali Sabri said that the government has been given an assurance that there is no oil remaining in the ship. As a result, parts of the ship will be cut and removed, while the rest will be lifted off the seabed by a Shanghai salvage company. The salvage company is in the process of installing several cables under the wreck to lift the ship from the seabed. The Civil Aviation Authority has announced that all tourist visa and foreign passport holders will be required to obtain a Sri Lankan COVID insurance coverage upon arrival in Sri Lanka. A statement issued by the chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority, Upul Dharmadasa, said the insurance, which can be obtained at a cost of $12, has a coverage of $75,000 per month. Holders of Sri Lankan passports do not need to have such insurance on arrival in the country. Holders of diplomatic passports and their families are exempt from this insurance. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has appointed an internal ministerial committee headed by the finance minister to oversee the arrangements for providing essential commodities at affordable prices before the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. Cooperatives, Marketing Development and Consumer Protection State Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna said the government was planning to increase the supply of goods and bring prices down. Next, we take a look at the main news story.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Sri Lanka's coronavirus death toll topped 16,000 as the Director General of Health Services confirmed another 30 COVID-19 related deaths for February the 20th. This brings the total number of COVID-19 deaths registered in the country since the start of the pandemic to 16,024 thus far. That was the main news story. Watchlight follows.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
This is Watchlight.
A code of ethics has been proposed for social media in Sri Lanka in order to safeguard the image of the country. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe said that social media is being used to mislead the public and discredit the country. The State Minister raised strong objections to such attempts and noted the need for a code of ethics to curtail such moves. That was Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines. Rallies held around the world against possible Russian invasion. Iran and Qatar to sign major agreements as Raisi's Doha visit. The EU mulls ways to ease tension in Bosnia to prevent breakup. People in Ukraine and elsewhere have taken to the streets to show their opposition to a possible Russian invasion of the country. Protesters marched the southern Ukrainian part of the city of Odessa on Sunday, waving the national flag and holding placards. Rallies calling for de-escalation of the situation also took place in other countries, including the United States, Spain and Sweden. Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi has arrived in Qatar to hold high-level talks with Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and to participate in the Gas Exporting Countries Forum. Raisi is accompanied by several ministers and is expected to sign several agreements aimed at boosting bilateral ties during his two-day visit. According to Iran's Road and Transport Minister, Rostam Ghasemi, 4 agreements will be signed between the two countries. On Tuesday, Raisi is also expected to represent Iran at the GECF summit. Iran holds the world's second largest natural gas reserves in the world. European Union foreign ministers have discussed ways to ease tensions in Bosnia and Herzegovina and prevent the possible breakup of the ethnically divided Balkan country as the peace agreement brokered more than 25 years ago continues to unravel. The EU Foreign Policy Chief, Josep Borrell, said on Monday in Brussels, the nationalist and separatist rhetoric is increasing in Bosnia and Herzegovina and jeopardizing the stability and even the integrity of the country, where he chaired a meeting of the 27 countries' bloc foreign ministers. To end this bulletin of world news, we take a look at the headlines again. Rallies held around the world against possible Russian invasion. Iran and Qatar to sign major agreements on Rais's Doha visit. The EU mulls ways to ease tensions in Bosnia to prevent breakup. That ends this bulletin of world news. Development news follows.
Development news is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Sri Lanka's investment promotion agency, the Board of Investment, said it recently entered into an agreement with TPS Ceramic Industries Private Limited to set up an $8.4 million manufacturing facility in the Kalutara district. The project, which will be established in Baduralya in Kalutara, will facilitate the manufacturing of double-fired wall tiles and single-fired floor tiles for the local market. TPS is the largest enterprise of the Puak Aramba Group's management. The Puak Aramba Group was one of the leading importers of wall and floor tiles to cater to the local market demand before the pandemic situation. That was development news. A look at sports news next.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Cricket. Ireland will play Oman for a place in the T20 World Cup, having advanced to the semi-final of the qualifier with a 7-wicket victory over Germany. A disciplined bowling performance saw Ireland restrict Germany to 107 for 7 from their 20 overs in Oman. Paul Stirling and Andrew Balbirnie put Ireland in firm control, with Harry Tector hitting the winning runs from the first ball of the 14th over. The Irish will play their semi-final on Tuesday. Bahrain's 2-run victory over the UAE means Ireland advance as group winner and will play the tournament hosts for a place in the World Cup in Australia later this year. That was a look at sports news. Business news follows.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Forming a strategic partnership with Sri Lanka's National Chamber of Exporters, Sampath Bank was proud to be a partner of the 29th NCE Annual Export Awards held at the Shangri-La Hotel. In light of its partnership, Sampath Bank sponsored the NCE Challenge Trophy for the best ethically trading exporter. That was business news. Economic news follows.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The new Asian Development Bank Institute Innovation and Structural Transformation database provides a valuable one-stop platform for analyzing trade-driven growth and economic development in Asia and will be introduced during a launch webinar tomorrow. The database contains a wide variety of trade, supply chain, and capital indicators critical to the innovative growth and structural change of the region's economies. The database is free, interactive, and offers a multitude of options for visualizing its available data. The data can also be downloaded. That was economic news. Finally, a look at the weather report.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011. The Weather Report.
The Met Department forecasts showers or thunder showers to occur at several places in the Galle, Matara, Ratnapura and Kalutara districts during the evening or at night. A few showers may occur in the coastal areas of the eastern province during the night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, central, over and north-central provinces during the morning. That was the weather report. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The head of state invites local entrepreneurs to join to build the country. The PUCSL says that scheduled power cuts will be imposed tomorrow. The epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health reports that 22,977 COVID booster shots were administered yesterday. The Director General of Health Services says the final decision on doing away with the face mask will be made based on the recommendations of the World Health Organization. Sri Lanka surpasses 16,000 COVID-19 deaths. A major operation is underway to remove the wreck of ex-press pearl. The CAA announces that tourists visiting Sri Lanka are required to obtain Sri Lankan COVID insurance coverage. In foreign news, a rally is held around the world against possible Russian invasion, and in sports news, cricket, T20 World Cup qualifier Ireland, one win away from World Cup spot after beating Germany. That ends tonight's news broadcast.